I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Can you guys hear me now? All right. So I just want to say once again, thank you for everyone that's joined us today. Everyone is super excited. This is the first transgender non-binary contest that I have been part of, and a lot of these lovely contestants have been part of. So I just want to once again tell everybody congratulations for doing this and putting your foot out there and making a statement. And thank you for all the people that are going to watch and supporting something as great as this, allowing people to be who they want to be and loving every bit of it. So once again, thank you so much. So I want to just bring to the stage my judges first. We have 3 lovely judges that are joining us. I'm going to bring to the stage first, Judge Casey Cupcake. You can unmute yourself and show your video, please.
Hi.
Hi. All right, and then I'm going to also make myself remove my pen. Hi, how are you doing today, lovely? You look beautiful. You gave the mom eyes to somebody.
my husband, I unmuted myself and then he turned his fucking phone on and I was like, Billy boy, right now.
Well, like, this is how husbands are. I understand.
It's like children. You get on the phone and they want your attention. I swear to you.
Well, welcome and thank you so much for being a judge for us today. I got the honor to meet this lovely gender at Motorblot 2021 in Chicago this year, and she was a judge for that. Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me, I met you when you won Miss Motorblot. don't let that pass by. Excuse me, Queen.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Shh.
But I was.
Well, I met her when I won the crown of Miss Motorblot.
So that's what you meant to say. That's what you meant to say.
That's what I meant to say. I misspoke. My bad.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So I met this lovely woman. She was actually the judge for that competition, and I fell in love with her. And she just graced the stage for Viva Vegas, and also came in first runner-up. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Just tell us a little about yourself.
So I have been dressing in a vintage style pretty much my whole life, but I actually competed in my first pinup pageant when I turned 40. I dared myself to do 40 things that scared the crap out of me. Dyeing my hair orange was one of them. Entering a beauty pageant was another. But I've been like emceeing and producing and being involved in events for a long time. And so my journey has been more on the back end and just recently became more, I mean, for me, it's always been about, I have a microphone and you don't, so you will listen to everything I have to say. But actually competing is pretty new to me. Viva was actually my last competition. I'm actually retired. But I'm moving into performing burlesque, as you know. That's my new career. It was really important to me to be involved in this pageant because I am a queer person. And while I am married to a man, Rick is just my person. He just happens to have, that's what's in his tackle box. But I am attracted to all genders. And so I guess I consider myself queer. I don't identify. I know there's a lot of different terminology that's going around, but for me, I'm attracted to the person. It doesn't really matter what you got going on. And that's kind of how I define my sexuality. But this is, I'm really excited for today. I think it's a great thing. And I just really wanted to be involved. Thank you, Michelle, for putting this together. I just think you're fantastic. And I just love, there's just room for everybody. And it's really important that we make sure there's space for everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm just really excited to be here. And I thank you for having me.
Oh, well, thank you for being here. And you were lovely. And like I said, thank you for supporting. And we always need people to open our eyes to things that we may not know a lot about. So yes, I am starting to be more educated in what terminology is proper and how to address people by their proper pronouns. So thank you so much for even going deeper into that for us to kind of give us that backstory, because for myself, I'm still learning. So thank you so much.
As am I. Okay.
All right, thank you. And then I'd like to bring to the stage our next judge, and this is the beautiful Boom Boom Betty. Hello, Boom Boom.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, honey buns. We have another ginger. I'm just saying there's going to be a theme today, you guys, and I did not plan it this way. It just happened.
We're
So,
fabulous. What can I say?
I know, right? Once again, I got to meet this lovely woman in person for the first time. I've been actually friends with her for a year, but got to meet her for the first time in Viva. And she also got renewed her vows in Viva. And we got to share some awesome moments taking photography together. And she's also starting her burlesque career as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been doing pinup since 2014. Got out of it for a little bit and then had a situation that brought me back to it. I love it. Dress it every day. I just actually did have black hair, but stripped it out. So I'm back to my red now. So, but thanks to Shell, I was actually published in a magazine first time this year. So that's super exciting, as well as being a newlywed this year. So it's been wonderful. It's been an interesting year, recent COVID survivor. So I've got that under my belt as well. You know, if you're not going to do it big, you might as well just go home. So, you know, I decided to get COVID and see what it's like and survive it. So, you know,
And how was that for you? Was it a good experience?
It's a different experience, definitely. I don't suggest it for everybody, but those things.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing better. You were sick. You scared me for a little bit there, girlfriend. I'm not gonna lie.
I scared me too. There's about 3 days that I slept entirely. I didn't get out of bed. There's about a week that's just a haze in my head. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're here today. I'm look at she got better just for me here today.
Definitely.
So
and I'm actually a rainbow mom. My daughter is bisexual. And I have grown up my entire life. My best friend from the age of 4 was very big in the LGBT community, trying to get marriage rights for everyone. And so I've been a huge supporter for many, many years. You know, whoever you love is whoever you love. How you want to dress is how you want to dress. I'm not going to judge anybody. I will accept makeup tips from anybody. So if you've got anything for me, let me know. So, you know, I just love everybody and, you know, everybody's a stranger only once to me. So I look forward to meeting everybody here. And I've done a few competitions myself. They're nerve-wracking and have actually started delving into putting on competitions in person. So I know the stress on both sides.
yes. And what was your most recent pinup contest you threw? I'm so excited for you.
Well, it was actually one with you and it was a lot of fun. I actually placed for the first time. I got 3rd place. So my tiara is in the other room. I should have brought it with me, darn it. But yeah, I was the very first time I've actually ever placed. I've been doing pinup competitions for over a year and had never really placed other than as Miss Favorite Pearl. So getting that place position was just, I felt like Miss America. I seriously broke down and cried for a while. So,
well, you were beautiful. It was for the Rock Your Body, and she put her body out there to rock, and she did amazing. So, thank you again for being a judge for today.
Absolutely. You guys have a great time. Love you all.
All right. And then let's bring up to the stage our last judge. And that will be, let's see, let's find you up here, Miss Christine Jackson. Hi. Uh-oh, we lost her. We have a judge. We have a missing judge.
There we go. There we go. Sorry. I had to run around. I'm on my pad, so I have to run.
Okay. It's okay. I love it. But you came in style. I love it.
Yes, honey, I'm a lady. I have to.
I love it. I just met Christina Jackson too recently. She was at one of my burlesque shows that I did in in Minnesota. Yep. And the Twin Cities, baby. And she is fabulous. When I say she hits the stage with more energy and more power than I've ever seen, it's in her blood, it's in her spirit, it's in her heart. And tell us a little bit about yourself.
like I say, it's not bad for a 40-year-old, huh? Well, right?
There's a theme going on. A lot of 40s, a lot of first timers. I love it.
Yes, honey, yes. Well, what can I say about myself? Well, let's just say I'm a queen of all trades. All right. I've been actually I'm known up here in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I'm literally the crazy queen of a fighting fairy. Like if you remember last time I brought up my weapons, I do martial arts, I sing, I dance, I do stand-up comedy. I've been actually doing the art of being a drag queen or drag impersonation for 17 years.
Wow.
Before that, I was also a male entertainer, a male stripper. I've done stuff for burlesque. I have been a choreographer, a backup dancer. I've won multiple male titles such as Mr. Gay Minnesota USA 2 years in a row. I won some local bar titles. I've been a drag queen model, a male model as well. I do it all, honey. What can I say?
I love it. I love it. I love it. So with that all being said, what is your favorite part about the industry?
I think for me, obviously we all love the glitz and the glam and like to be the center of attention. I think just the whole thing for me is getting on stage as not only myself, but getting to see other people get on stage and express their art for the love of the craft that they do. Because, and I know people say this ad nauseum, that it takes a lot to get on stage to do what anybody does in front of anybody. And I just applaud anybody that has the courage, the gumption, the passion, and the drive to get on stage and do it. And to see somebody finally be so proud that they took that step and see how happy they are that they actually did that and put themselves out there and were able to share their gift with everybody. That's just heaven to me.
Yeah.
That's what I look forward to.
Oh my goodness. Well, then you're in for a treat today.
I can't wait.
And also Christina will be one of our burlesque performers for the intermission show. So you'll actually get to see her fabulous self perform. So I'm looking
a little something.
Little something. You ain't nothing little something about you, baby. You was everything.
Oh no,
big
honey,
and
I've had it and everything. Trust me. There's a lot hiding under this dress right now. I'm dressed like a woman, but I'm still a man.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to retire you back to the back. Thank you so much, all the judges. Thank you for everyone that once again has joined us. I will start now the posing round for the contest. So if everybody is ready to begin, all the contestants, I'll give you guys a few moments to undo your videos, but keep your mics muted. And the posing round for whoever has never seen a pinup contest, each contestant will be called up stage. We will begin reading their bio and they will perform or they will do their posing for the judges. So we will start with contestant number 1. Okay. And contestant number 1, her name is Iris in Bloom. How are you doing today, Iris?
Doing well. How about you, Michelle?
I am doing amazing. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to do this. And I'm nervous too. So,
All right.
you know what? I'll let you tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been doing pinup?
Yeah, interesting question. I would say I've been dressing in a pinup style since I started dressing in my femme style. I came out as transgender in early 2020, and the first order I placed was for a dress pretty similar to this one, and doing it ever since. My first contest was at Motoblat in Chicago this past August, and really just had a blast. Enjoyed meeting everybody, and I think it might be in my blood. We'll have to see.
I think you might be right. Tell us, how did you come up with your name, Iris in Bloom? I love that.
Well, so I decided early on that I wanted Iris to be my new name. So my actual name's Iris Marie. But when I was coming up with an email address of all things, my email address begins with Iris in Bloom spelled out. And so when it came time to come up with a pinup name, I thought, let's just tinker with that a little bit and keep it, because the idea of blooming and blossoming, it feels like what the last year has been, and
Oh,
it's
wow.
it's a brilliant, amazing feeling.
Oh, wow. That is a great, that I always love to find out how people come up with their stage names. And that is a beautiful story behind your name. I love it. If you're ready, you can get yourself prepared and I'll start reading your bio, okay?
Sure thing. Hang on.
All right. Well, I see a Stephen King book. I like Stephen King.
Sure.
All right. Welcome contestant number 1, Iris in Bloom. Miss Iris in Bloom is new in town and living for the chance to grow herself into something new and fantastic. She's an enthusiastic explorer seeking new adventures with every passing day. From the cafes of Paris to the Beijing speakeasies, from the bungee jump in Soweto and tuk-tuk ride in Bangkok. Her colorful ink tells the story of her many journeys. Most importantly, the journey to become her true self. She's thrilled to be here today and excited to declare that trans women are women and trans pinups are pinups. Woo! Once again, the beautiful Iris in Bloom. Thank you so very much. All right, I will put you back in the back. Thank you so much. And then I will be calling to the stage contestant number 2. Hi, contestant number 2, Luminous Tiffany. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
I am fabulous. I am loving this hairpiece. It is giving me Thanksgiving vibes all day, every day. I love it.
I know, right, girl? I just love it too. And I was so thankful to get it.
Yes. So how long have you been doing pinup?
This is my first ever pinup contest I've ever been in. I've never been in a beauty contest or anything like this. This is my first time.
Okay. Are you nervous?
I am nervous a little bit, but you know what? I'm so thrilled to be here and see everything. This is really just an awesome opportunity for me.
Okay. I am so glad to have you here, and I'm so happy that you chose this to be your first contest. So welcome, and you are doing fabulous so far, and you look amazing. Are you ready to start your posing?
Yes, if you're ready.
I was born ready, baby. All right, get yourself set up, and I'll start reading, okay? All right, so meet the beautiful contestant number 2, Luminous Tiffany. She is a 50-year-old trans woman from Midford, Ohio. She is a disabled veteran and truck driver. Her passions are anything vintage. Currently, she has acquired a collection of old kerosene lamps and lanterns. She loves rat rods and old trucks. Still to this day, she loves to dress up and just as she did as a little girl. She is still on the journey in finishing her transition. Hopefully it will happen for her in the next year. The beautiful and amazing Luminous Tiffany. Thank you so much, Tiffany. You did amazing. I will put you back in the back now, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, love. I love your dress.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And then coming to the stage, we have contestant number 3. Hello, Donna LaDonna. How are you doing, lovely? Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted. You got to unmute yourself. There we go. How you doing today, lovely?
I'm doing marvelous. Thank you for asking.
You're very welcome. I'm going to have you step just a little bit forward. And actually, you know what? Adjust your screen just a little bit up because you have a fabulous hair piece on and we can't see it all the way. So just tilt your screen just a little bit up for me. Perfect. That should be good. All right. And then stand back. All right. All right. So nice to meet you. I have not had the pleasure to meet you in person yet, but I'm so looking forward to it. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I started Pinup back in May of this year. And I have done quite a few photo shoots since then, but this is my very first Pinup pageant. I'm very excited and a little bit nervous, of course. But I really have found my true passion doing Pinup, because Pinup really is about being yourself and showing everyone that it's okay to have different personalities and different visions and just be happy and joyful doing it. So that's really what I have found with it. As far as myself, I am a fully transitioned female now of 4 weeks post-surgery.
Oh, amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited and blessed. I'm 4 weeks post-op, so I'm still healing. And I thank everybody for their support.
Yes, yes. And if you guys are just joining, she just let us know that she has not only begun but finished her transition journey as of just a whopping 4 weeks ago. So thank you for, allowing us to still have your beautiful face here, even though you're still kind of in recovery. We're so excited to have you here. Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Now I'm going to have you come back to your camera and tilt your screen just a little bit more down so that now we can see your whole body. So when you pose, the judges can see your full, beautiful outfit. Perfect. Right there. Excellent. All right. I will begin to read your bio. So welcome, contestant number 4, Donna LaDonna. Donna LaDonna is a retired firefighter and an EMT with many accolades, including many emergency life-saving awards. She's a certified fire service instructor, fire officer, and a fire marshal. Her background also includes farming and serious love of land and animals. Her career, she drove a semi-truck across the great country, providing food and to many people through the global pandemic. Spreading love and joy is Miss LaDonna's true mission. She inspires to be the light in the dark for all to see, shining brighter than the burning sun. Her sparkly smile shows her true passion of her heart. She will continue to follow her dreams and inspire many others to do the same. She's an inspiration to many, so be sure to follow her new Pinup adventures and accomplishments. The amazing, beautiful Donna LaDonna. Thank you so very much. Very beautiful. I love it all. Love it. All right, honey bunch, I'm going to put you in the back, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. Thank you. Next, coming to the stage, we have contestant number 4. Hello. This is the beautiful Pepper Sharp. How are you doing today, gorgeous? Oh, you got to unmute yourself.
Not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I love this ensemble. I'm just saying, black is my color. Ooh wee, baby.
Mine too.
I know. And then we have another fiery redhead. Like I said, there's a theme going on today. So tell us a little.
Done.
Tell us what made you want to get into this competition?
Honestly, what made me want to get into this competition is this is the first time that I've ever gotten to be me, not the femme version of me, not the masculine version of me, but the actual me. This is who I am. I actually get to say I am a non-binary human, I am a queer human, and I'm freaking beautiful that way. So
I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, are you ready to start your posing, baby?
oh, hell yeah.
All right, let's do this. All right, coming to the stage, Pepper Sharp. She's a paralegal by day and a pocket-sized pinup by night. Pepper Sharp brings the smart, spice, and sexy smirks everywhere they go. Born in Los Angeles, they were raised to be a pack of the queer vintage woman. ultimately finding the beauty of pinup modeling when they discover their own grandmother was painted on the side of World War II airplane to keep spirits flying high during the fight. Their fiery ginger locks and piercing gray eyes can be seen on the pages of Retro Lovely, Pinup Couture, and Rocket Magazine. And they are endlessly proud to be able to stand in the pinup pageant as 100% non-binary human for the first time, not only as themselves, but in solidarity to the fantastic non-binary and trans humans in this pageant. Thank you so very much. All right, great job, Pepper. I'm gonna put you back. Beautiful job. And last but not least, we have the beautiful contestant number 5. Let's see here. You do not have a video right now, Stacy. I don't know if you can turn your video on for me. Perfect. Hello, gorgeous. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Michelle. How are you?
I am fabulous. Ooh, I like the Hawaiian look. Look at you. I love it. Love it. You are giving me something here. I need to go somewhere sunny and warm. This is too cold where I am.
Too cold where I am too.
So, Stacy, I know that you have a little bit of a pinup career going on yourself. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I'm not sure I would call it a career, but I've had a little bit of luck. I haven't been in a live contest, but I've been on a few online cons. I've been lucky. I've been in a couple magazines after some professional photo shoots, which was really it was something extremely special for me. It made a huge difference in how I perceive myself. So it's a big deal. So it's been about 2 years, I guess, that I've been dabbling in pinup, trying to see if I can fit in.
Yeah, I think you're doing amazing. A little birdie told me that you're president of a pinup club.
I am. Well, how interesting! You should ask. It's the Rainbow Apples, a subsidiary, of course, of the Candy Apples, and we're dedicated to those in the LGBTQ plus community, non-binary, transgender, gender fluid, bi-gender. Well, we got gender in it. We're fine.
That's amazing. Well, are you ready to show us your stuff?
Oh, ready's a relative term, but I'll give it a shot.
All right, get prepared. I'm going to start reading your bio. And do me a little favor. Are you on your cell phone or your computer?
On my cell phone.
Tilt your cell phone just down just a tad bit so we can see a little bit more of your body. Much better. I need to see them legs. All right. Contestant number 5, Miss Stacy Starfire. Please welcome this Calgary, Albert, am I saying your city right? Okay. Stacy is thrilled to be included with this amazing group of women. She has been part of the community for a long time, but participating in pinup contests like this is something she only recently found, and the acceptance and support encouraged to do. Her story is similar to many in the trans community. She was born male, but needs to present as a male due to family, work, and considerations. She considers herself transgender as being gender fluid. She loves to present as a female and feels absolutely comfortable and at ease when she does. It's her happy place. She takes pride in being accepted in the amazing pinup community and finding sisterhood of loving, accepting, and supportive women. Pinup has truly given her a home. Thank you so very much, contestant number 5.
Thank you.
All right. So with this being said, we're going to now give the judges a little bit of moments to finish tallying for contestant number 5. And we will start the second round of questions. I would like to take this time now to thank our sponsors. and to thank all the judges and participants and all the people that are watching today in support of this contest. Once again, this is not easy for anyone to ever get on stage and be spotlighted or talked to or interviewed. So it's always, always important to show love and encouragement because it's not easy. And to our sponsors, it's been amazing. It's been absolutely awesome to have so much overwhelming support from, we have people that are supporting photography, magazine articles, clothing, pinup, stylists at your fingertips. We have crowns that have been donated, sashes. We have nails, makeup, art. We have so much being sponsored by people in the community that just want to show these contestants love and respect. And I just want to take the time right now to say thank you. I will post in the group all the sponsors' names and what they're sponsoring. So if anybody wants to check out their small businesses, a lot of these people are actually, they make their products. So if you want to check out their small business and give them some love, that's great. Christmas is around the corner. So you might find a cool little Christmas present, just saying. But other than that, thank you so much for your love. So if you guys are ready, we're going to get back down to it. This is the second round. The second round, each contestant will be asked a question. All right. The question is for all of the contestants, what does pride mean to you? We're starting with, once again, contestant number 1, Miss Iris in Bloom. Oh, who is this? We have a new Iris in Bloom going on. Hello, Pinky. Are you giving me a little bit of that Grease vibe, Miss Pinky?
Little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Closest I could come to red, and I felt like, let's try.
You wanted to fit in with the theme. I get it. I wish I had a red wig to put on too right now. But you look beautiful. Let's see your new outfit. Go ahead and stand up and show it to us.
Well, actually, because I thought I would just be sitting down, don't have any shoes on, but
it's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. You look like a ray of sun, baby. All right. So the question is, what does pride mean to you?
All right. So what does pride mean to me? To me, pride is, it's a thing inside that says, I can do this. It gave me the strength to stand up and say who I was. And it gave me the strength each day to kind of figure out, how do I heal? What do I need to heal from? And to know that I had it in me to do that. I think there are a lot of times that the world tries to tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. And that was my life in some ways for about 50 years. Pride got me out of that. And pride got me into this, which is everything. Pride is also community. And I can't hear pride without thinking of a rainbow flag and the brightness of it and the beacon of hope that it has been. I spent a lot of those 50 years as an ally to the LGBTQIA community, and never quite sure why it was that people's coming out stories impacted me the way they did. Why I would tear up when I heard about someone stepping out and being themselves. And it took stepping into my own truth for me to really understand that that's what it was about, that I was inspired. When you have a community around you that reflects that pride and affirms you and encourages you and gives you that place to heal and to love and to be, it's a beautiful thing. And that to me is what pride is.
Oh, beautiful answer. Thank you for, sharing a very personal journey and the reason why pride is important to you. Thank you so much. All right. Coming to the stage is contestant number 2, Luminous Tiffany. How are you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. And your question is also, what does pride mean to you, Luminous Tiffany?
What pride means to me is I get to be myself. I have the right because of the laws that's been made. I have the right. People spilled their blood and everything to give us these rights. And I'm so thankful that I am able to be me and who I feel like I always was. I am so very thankful that I have people in my life that are supportive. I've made new friends in this community so far. This is my first time ever being in any competition. It's a lifelong dream to be able to come out and celebrate being myself, being able to celebrate things that I really enjoy. Anything vintage has always been something very favorite of mine. And that's why, because now I feel like I can take pride in myself.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Once again, beautiful sentiment to what pride means to you. And you do deserve the right to have pride, and you do deserve the right to be who you want to be any way you want to be that person. So thank you so much, Luminous Tiffany, for sharing that answer with us.
I would like to also add
Uh-huh.
Warriors fired me in the same year. And you know what? I hired an attorney and it went through the OC. There's even an article on YouTube or on the internet about it. But I fought two different companies because they harassed me and fired me for nothing other than I was different. They threatened me that I couldn't use the bathroom. They did all kinds of horrible things to me. But you know what? You can make them pay if they don't treat you right.
Yeah.
They don't please treat you right.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you fought for your rights. I'm glad that you fought for yourself and being a good ally to yourself. So congratulations on that as well. Thank you so much, Tiffany. All right, coming to the stage is contestant number 3, Donna LaDonna. Hi, gorgeous. All right, I want to make sure we can hear you okay since you're back there.
You want me to come up?
I think you're sounding okay.
Let me get a seat a little bit.
Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure everybody can hear you and see your beautiful face.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Hi, gorgeous. All right,
Hi.
same question to you. What does pride mean to you?
Well, pride is taking joy and happiness in your accomplishments. That's the technical definition according to Webster. But to me personally, pride means that you are being true to yourself. And it really wasn't until I personally came out to myself and to the world that I experienced that true pride in myself. I'm going to get a little bit teary-eyed because I spent so many years behind closed doors and not being true to myself, and also trying to find my way. And since I came out and was able to express myself in this particular gender, it just has been amazing. And I cannot express my feelings in words, but I can express you this. Every day that goes by is one day that I have to express myself and to be my true self. And I have to tell you that there is nothing in this world that is better to give you happiness and joy and just overflow that into whatever you're doing, whoever you meet, whatever your case may be, and just being accepted and having a community such as LBGT, who will support you, your journey, and also community. And having that rainbow flag or whatever that means to you is just an amazing thing. In the fire service, we had something called brotherhood or sisterhood. This is something that goes way beyond that. And I personally have found my true passion and my true joy by expressing those things to other people. And I want to be an inspiration to others. So that is what pride means to me.
That's absolutely amazing. That is beautiful. So thank you so much for your answer. I'm gonna put you back in the back now. I'm gonna pass out Kleenexes to everybody because I think everybody has been touched a little bit more and more by every contestant. So let's keep this party rolling. We're gonna move on to the beautiful contestant number 4, Pepper Sharp. Hi, lovely. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, you know the question, Love Bug. What does pride mean to you?
Pride has a couple of different meanings for me. I grew up in West Hollywood. I was born and raised in West Hollywood. And I'll never forget when I was 2 years old, my mom took me up the street to this wonderful, wonderful parade going on where these men were dancing with men, these women were dancing with women. And my mom's just like, isn't this fun? I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. Everyone's having a good time. And I think back on that. I thought back on that a lot when I was younger and getting beaten up on a regular basis for looking like a boy because I wasn't comfortable in girl clothes or, oh, Pecken, that's a cat. She's my ally.
I love it.
I was getting beaten up. People were calling me by men's names because I didn't feel their version of female, but I also didn't feel their version of male. It really was, but this is all part of who I am. This is all me. And growing up and finding a term for myself with non-binary, when I was younger, I didn't have that term. I was just I called myself a Bowie. I called myself low rent Annie Lennox. I didn't have a place. And as a bisexual, I encountered extreme biphobia in my own community. I experienced extreme gender phobia anytime I presented as a male or anytime as I presented as a female. But I'm at a point now, I'm 38 years old, and it's taken me this long to say, I'm non-binary, I'm bisexual. And pride for me is saying, you can't take that from me. Pride for me is having the world's most wonderful husband who has supported me in every aspect of me. And he's here with me today, cheering me on. It's being able to be that person that my immediate family member I never thought in a million years came out to me that she was bisexual because she felt I was a safe person. Pride is being safe for our community, being a safe person to say, hey, I get it. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you need to be okay with you. Because it took me 38 years to find that. And being able to do things like this, maybe there's someone my age who gets to go to a gay pride parade when they're 2 years old and say, hey, this is okay. Pride is, you're okay. You are okay how you are. I'm okay. We're all okay. And we're valid, we're beautiful, and we deserve everything we have worked for.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Okay. I feel like I just went to church. Hold up. I gotta take a moment here because yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna retire you now. Thank you. And I'm gonna bring to the stage contestant number 5. You ready, girlfriend? Miss Stacy Lynn Starfire. How are you doing? Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, so you know the question. What does pride mean to Miss Stacy Starfire?
Since I heard what the question was going to be, it's something I've thought a lot about, and it's very, I don't know, it's conflicting inside me because I'm 58. I'm no spring chicken, and I've known something was wrong or different since I was about 7, and I could never quantify it. I couldn't figure it out. Of course, back then there was no internet. There was nothing. I didn't know what was wrong, and it's something I hid with masculine hyper masculine sports and that kind of thing to try and fix myself. And it took until I was in my 50s that I understood who I am and kind of accepted where I am in the world. And it's funny because I used to think pride was frivolous and silly, and recently has become so much more important. It's made an impact on me. And it's, I guess I've been dual gender and I've always had one foot in each world, and I never fit in either one entirely. I didn't know where I fit. And I lacked confidence and self-esteem, I think. And since accepting myself and understanding who I am, I've become much happier. And oddly enough, pride was a catalyst for me. And it's given me my self-confidence and my self-respect.
Oh,
And I find that the more we can embrace it, the more we have acceptance, and it'll be an easier road for those that are following behind us.
yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your words. I'm gonna put you back in the back. Thank you. You all did. You sure can. What do you have to say?
I just want to say thank you very much to you, Michelle, to the Candy Apples, to the sponsors, and especially the judges for taking the time out. Because without any of these people, this wouldn't happen. And I think this is an important event. So thank you.
You're very welcome. And when I tell you that I can probably speak for everybody involved, you're so very welcome. And so everyone is deserving of this moment. It has been a long time coming. I am so sad that it even took this long. So thank you as well. All right. So I know this is going to be not that easy for everybody. I'm so sorry to the judges now. I apologize because this is not going to be easy for you whatsoever. But this is why you guys get paid the big bucks. And this is why I wanted to be a host and not a judge, because everybody has done an amazing, amazing job. From the head to the toes, you guys have been amazing. So we're going to allow the judges some time to make this difficult dwindle down to the top 4 contestants. So please, please, please keep on the Zoom, because we are going to go into our first intermission where we are going to do a moment of silence. So each lady has put together a video submission of I believe it's 45 names of transgender women who have been murdered or killed due to being transgender. So thank you, and please hold.
Hello, I'm Miss Stacy Starfire. I'm president of the Rainbow Apples, an all-inclusive LGBTQ+ pinup group. On this day, we're blessed to be celebrating gender diversity in the pinup community. As we do, we also want to take a moment to acknowledge that this is Transgender Day of Remembrance, a day set aside every November 20th to remember the names of some of those transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming people who have lost their lives by violent means during the last 12 months. I say some of those because the list of those we are about to remember does not include the deaths of those in the community that went unreported, and it does not include those in our community who died from COVID-19 due to an inability to access needed health care. We must also acknowledge and remember that this violence disproportionately affects transgender women of color, particularly Black transgender women, and that the intersections of racism, sexism, homophobia, biphobia, and transphobia conspire to deprive them of employment, housing, healthcare, and other necessities. All those who we lost in the last year, like us, were loving partners, parents, family members, friends, and community members. They worked, went to school, and attended houses of worship. They were real people, people who did not deserve to have their lives taken from them. And so we speak their names in honor of their lives and remembrance of their death. Tiana Alexander.
Ricky Octobero.
Samuel Edmund Damian Valentin.
50 bands.
Thomas Harden.
Jahida Peterson.
Zoella Zoe Rose Martinez. Tiffany Thomas.
Jahara Dialto.
Jeffrey J.J. Bright.
Tierra Marie Lewis.
Dominique Jackson.
Bianca Muffin Banks.
Kier Lepi Cartier.
Natalia Smut.
Jasmine Kennedy.
Remy Fennell.
Markeisha Lawrence.
Taya Ashton.
Brianna Hamilton.
Mel Groves. Jesse Hart.
E.J. Boykin.
Sophie Vasquez.
Desea Monet.
Diamond Kyrie Sanders.
Pooh Johnson.
Serenity Hollis.
Brianna Hamilton.
China Carrillo.
Rayana Hardo.
Natalia Smith.
Alexis Braxton.
Iris Santos.
Dominique Lucius.
Kerry Washington. Oliver Ollie Taylor.
Whispering Wind Bear Spirit.
Paul Black.
Adalyn Evans.
Finally, Markeisha Lawrence. We'll now hold a moment of silence for these and all of those who have lost their lives in this year for no other reason than they were chose to live their lives as themselves.
This remembrance is important as a time to acknowledge and honor those who have been lost. It's also a time to recommit to our community's ongoing work to make this world a place where trans, non-binary, and other gender non-conforming folks can live and love and be, without fear of violence at the hands of those who would deny our dignity and our right to exist.
All right. Thank you so very much for that moment of silence. Thank you to everyone that participated in reading the names. Thank you so much for all the donations, all the sponsorships. Again, this would be a great time to actually go into our donations and how much we raise for the National Transgender Equality Association, which they dedicate their work to bringing on the awareness of transgender equality, allowing people that are from this community to live their lives without judgment, without fear, and to just be, once again, who they are wanting to be. And I'll take a moment just to kind of share my love for the community. I am still learning how to remember proper pronouns and to give people the proper respect for who they are. And even though I've never had a problem with accepting people for who they wanted to be, it is still this learning curve or making sure that I'm respectful of it. So please forgive me if I ever do misspeak. It's never intentional. It's just the learning curve that I'm going through. And I know a lot of people in the community are having the same learning curve, but this contest right here is allowing me to learn so much that I did not know, to experience so much that I've never experienced. And it's beautiful. I'm trying not to be the ugly crier. Otherwise, it would probably be washed all over my face right now, the emotions that I'm experiencing. I am telling you right now, the judges are going gaga in the group, talking about how this is probably the hardest contest that they've ever had to judge, which says a lot because some of these women have judged many contests. So just to give you that peace of mind, you guys are doing amazing. They think you're doing awesome and you look gorgeous. We raised for the National Transgender of Equality Association over $1,200. So congratulations to all of you guys. All the contestants have contributed to this fundraiser. They have been on their social media. They have been hitting up their friends, their families, their aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins. We had the beautiful Joe McKay that also pushed on her social media and raised a little bit of money for us as well. So thank you to her. And thank you to anybody that donated to any of the ladies. Thank you to you guys as well, that being that ally, being someone who's just supportive is a great, great, great help to the cause and to bring awareness. We can't do it alone. So everybody that puts another tweet or another post or another meme or whatever, every time you push this forward, it gives us more exposure and it gives them more of an opportunity to show their pride in who they are. So thank you. It looks like the judges are still deliberating. So I'm waiting for my cue to say that I got my numbers. I didn't expect it to be this hard. So why not just go into this Miss Screen Queen? Let's do that. So back in September, we opened a contest through the Candy Apples called Miss Screen Queen. And these contestants had to put together a short, they put together a movie poster that would be a movie trailer poster if they were putting out a new scary movie, along with extra credit going to those who did a short movie trailer. So I would love to say right now that each and every one of those contestants did an amazing job as well. When I get to see the creativity of the pinup world, it's quite amazing because you don't realize how many people actually make, sew, glue, construct, edit, and all these awesome things that they know how to do in their personal lives to make some of these contests amazingly awesome. So I want to say thank you to all of the contestants from the Miss Screen Queen. And good luck to everybody. I have the tallies, so I'm gonna go get my piece of paper. And I do want to take the time to acknowledge my judges for that. I had 3 beautiful judges. I had Perla, I had Lisa Weller, and I also had the beautiful Jade Pipes, also known as Lola Von Lemon. These 3 ladies volunteered to be my judges, and they're part of the Candy Apples. So thank you so much, you guys. It was not easy for them either to make this decision, but we do have our top 3. I have the crowns and stuff. They're still in the bags and everything. I haven't really taken them out to investigate them too much because I want them to stay nice. But I'll show you what some of them look like. They're these really cool like skull headbands. Whoop, 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 whoop. And they're in different colors and different kind of designs. So each one of the ladies will get one of their crowns if they want a title. I will start with contestant. The third place winner is contestant Vixen Von Raven. Congratulations, contestant Vixen Von Raven. She is contestant number 7. She did an amazing job. So congratulations for third place in Miss Scream Queen. We have contestant number 3 for second place, and that is contestant Violet Skies. Thank you so much, Violet. Once again, amazing creativity. Loves your movie poster. And this year's 2021 Miss Scream Queen goes to contestant number 5. That is Lucky Lamore. Thank you so much. You did an amazing job. The girls loved your poster, loved your video. They were very adamant about it. So thank you so much. And then because I love to do secret titles, there is a secret title for this one. Now, all the girls made the movie posters, but it was extra credit if they made a movie video. Out of the 7 contestants, 6 of them made movie videos. So the secret title was for best trailer. And that goes to Lily May, contestant number 6. Thank you so very much. I think one of the judges actually said that it was so scary that it creeped her out and she wanted to see the real movie. So congratulations on creeping someone out and making them scared and wanting to see your movie. Thank you so very much to all the contestants that participated in the Miss Scream Queen event. You guys will be receiving your prize packages. And once again, I will put in the group chat all the prizes that you guys did win. Okay, I will be checking to see if I have the things. Let me see. Do I have it? Do I have it? I'm just talking to them. Okay, they told me to give them one more second that they're almost there. Okay. Oh, what can I pad this with? I want to be like, should I dance or something? Let's see.
Well, Shell, actually, I'll help you pad it a little bit here.
Okay, cool.
For the judges, everybody in the competition did such an amazing job. We were all talking back and forth about how amazing everybody has done today. All of your stories touched us so much. We were all in tears. We said that if we have this competition again, we definitely have to go after Kleenex to get them to sponsor, because everybody's stories were so touching and so amazing to all of us. Thank you for sharing with all of us. We really do appreciate that. It takes a lot to share your stories. Everybody's had hurts in their lives in one way or another. And for you guys to step forward and share your stories with us was just breathtaking, honestly. So you guys have not made it easy on us judges. And we do appreciate everybody who was in this competition beyond compare, because you've shared your lives, you've shared your stories, and we appreciate you sharing your journey with us. So thank you from the judges. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Yeah, I agree. There's really not much more I can say to that, except for I agree 100% that this was more than amazing. It's been a very awesome journey. And all the ladies, if you guys have never been in one of our pageants before, they're always in a group chat with each other. So for some of these ladies, they've never met, but they are quickly finding that they have a lot in common, and they're having sisterhood, and they're having great camaraderie. And I want to say thank you for everybody that's participating, not being any shaming, no bullying, no down talk. Everybody's been respectful and positive. And we did start the competition with 9 contestants. I did want to say the ones that did not compete today, no one left with ill feelings. It was just more personal reasons, whether it was busy lifestyle, illness, or just not able to attend. So I did want to put that out there, that thank you to those that did originally participate. We miss you today, but I completely understand. All right. Thank you so much. And you know what? I have a lot of people that have helped me with this. So I just want to take some acknowledgement with some of the people that have helped me put this together, and the people that have kind of been behind stage that you guys don't see. So we have what we call pinup moms. I want to say thank you to Joe McKay. She has been in the background helping the ladies with their looks, makeup tips, posing tips, how to answer questions and things of that nature. And then she also was a sponsor. She's sponsoring a kind of like a pinup makeover. She'll help the winner of the pageant put together a full ensemble with vintage attire from the head to the toes. So thank you to Joe. I also want to take the time to say thank you to Ginger, Dawn. She's part of my Candy Apples as well. She's one of the ladies behind the scenes that are trying to tally up all the votes and get everything into me. And she's another pinup mom that is in the background. So if the girls have any questions, any concerns, she's over here running around like a chicken with her head cut off. So thank you to Dawn, Ginger as well. And then I also want to say thank you to all my girls in the Candy Apples and the Rainbow Apples for just always being supportive, always going after my silly ideas. I always put this in groups and I'm like, hey, what about this? And they're always really supportive and always saying like, yeah, we can do this, let's do it. So I want to say thank you to you guys. The Rainbow Apples are open for submission. So if you know anybody in the non-binary, transgender, LGBTQ plus community that is looking for a home for a sisterhood, please send them our way. We have open submissions right now. I think I got my top. Hold on, let me see, let me check. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wait a minute. It's not the one I thought it was. All right. Well, more padding, I see. You guys are making me work here. I was supposed to just sit here and be pretty. So let's see here. Let's see. So we do have a burlesque intermission, and we have 7 burlesque dancers that are going to be performing, and some of them, it's their first time at BAT. So, so when we go for our second intermission, which is a little bit longer than our first, so hopefully we give the judges a little bit more time. You'll see 7 burlesque dancers or 6 burlesque dancers, and they're from all over. They're all part of the LGBTQ community in some way, some form, whether it's a supporter, an ally, or them themselves are part of the community. So I did want to take note to let you guys realize that they have donated their time. They were not paid. They just volunteered and said that they would love to be part of this and supportive of it. So thank you to those dancers as well. And I do want to say a special shout out to one of the burlesque dancers. She's actually one of my students from my class. Her name is Miss Shiva, and it is her very first time performing. So she's nervous, so go easy on her. But she's beautiful and amazing, and I just want to say I'm proud of her because it is not easy getting up on stage and doing what we do. So congratulations for your first time at that as well. And you guys can tip. It is something you can tip at. So if you see something that floats your boat, send them a PayPal, send them a Venmo, and tell them that you love them. All right. Okay. All right. Are we done with it? Let's see. Okay. I'm going to take a little step. I'm going to take a little step off the stage and try to see if I can help litigate some of this stuff going on. I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry. No, you never know how things are going to go until they kind of just happen, right? So we have the top 4. Now, I could just imagine if we actually had all 10 contestants, this would have been even worse. So I just want to say once again, thank you for everybody's patience. And like I said, it's only because everybody did so well that this is becoming difficult. It's not because of not being able to count. It's because it's truly that close. We are talking about separation by decimals. So I do have the top 4. I will start selecting them to come on stage. They do not know who they are yet, so just bear with me while I bring them on stage. Contestant number 1, congratulations, you're part of the top 4.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We also have contestant number 3. Congratulations for being part of the top 4. We also have contestant number 5. Congratulations for being part of the top 4. Congratulations to contestant number 4 for becoming top 4. If you did not become top 4, please do not go anywhere because we still do have our mystery title. So please hang on. You top 4 ladies, you all have the same question that's going to be announced now. The question that they had was, why would you, or I'm saying that wrong, why should you represent the first Royal Highness Pinup contest? I have selected a random order, so it does not mean because you're number 1 in the original order, you will go number 1 this time. So the first person to go is actually going to be Donna LaDonna. So Donna LaDonna, the question is, why should you represent the first Royal Highness Pinup contest? Oh, you got to unmute yourself.
We love modern technology.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I think I would be a good ambassador to the community because I really, really have found my passion since I came out. And one of my aspirations has been to start a local support group here in Florida for people who may not be as brave as some of us. I have recently learned about many young teenagers actually who want to transgender but don't know the first step to take. Their parents are supportive, but unfortunately there's no support in this area. So one of my aspirations would be to do that. And I think by giving them some sort of hope and working with them and giving them a roadmap, it would certainly be a good start for them. And actually, I think it's something that could turn into much more than just locally. I want to spread my happiness and joy to everyone that wants to transgender. It's not something that can be taken lightly. It takes a lot of fortitude and a lot of guts and a lot of bravery. And people need a role model and an inspiration. And so I wanted to be that beacon of light for those people. And hopefully by them seeing that it's, you know, that's something that they have support for, And I want them to know that they have a caring, loving community to do that with. And I think it's something that could go well beyond the local and perhaps become a national thing eventually. So that's why I think I would be a good ambassador to the trans community.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. That's amazing. If you're able to even get part of what you inspire to do, it would be a great accomplishment. So even if you don't represent the Royal Highness, still go after all of those dreams, because I think you'll do amazing. Very amazing. All right. And then coming to the stage, we're going to bring the beautiful Iris in Bloom. All right. Same question, my love.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Oh, wait a minute. Are we giving another look here? Wait a minute. I just noticed this. Are we in Paris now? We're in Paris? I'm just saying, I love it. All right.
One can dream.
I love it. Okay. So why should you represent the first Royal Highness pinup contest?
So, I thought a lot about this, and I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know that there's any reason that I should be any more than any of the other 4 gorgeous folks who've been here on the stage today. But let me give it a crack. I think that the stories I've heard from since I came out, there's a lot of heartbreak. There are a lot of stories that are literally people's decision to transition or to come out as themselves was a life or death decision. And that's hard to hear. And I can't even imagine, because my experience has been celebratory. It's not been without its sadnesses, but it's largely been really, really positive. And I am so fortunate that that's been the case. When I look at that, I say, I've got to figure out how to give back. I've got to think about what does advocacy for my community look like in my life? And so far, it's advocacy for trans healthcare. It even takes the shape of this pinup community and the intersection of the LGBTQIA community and pinup. I think for me, it starts with, we just have a right to be anywhere we want to be and to express ourselves. And that's the common ground, is both of those things are about ways to figure out who you are and express the heck out of it. But there's one other point that I think I bring. I was honored and humbled recently to be named to a global list of 100 top LGBTQIA executives. And over the last year, I've been connecting with a lot of trans folks in corporate roles, because I wanted to understand, what did this look like in your workplace when you transitioned? Those connections, I can't help thinking, like, what if we took Your Royal Highness 2022 and really went global? Zoom is such a platform. We could totally do that.
I am down.
Next time, sitting there from Paris. It's a passion of mine. And so to see those 3 things, advocacy, pinup, and just different cultures all come together, would be a lovely, lovely thing. And I'd love to be a part of it.
Amazing. Wow, you already got my wheels spinning over here, Iris and Bloom. Don't be doing that. I'm a busy lady. But thank you so much. And I think that you too, if you do not get crowned Miss Royal or Royal Highness, all of those points, we can still work together. We can still make those dreams happen. So thank you so much for sharing that. And then the third person coming to the stage is going to be the beautiful, let's see who I picked here. Oh, it was contestant number 4, Pepper Sharp. All right, love bug. Let's see. Your question is, why should you represent Royal Highness?
Well, I do have to agree with Iris. It's not so much do I feel like I can represent, it's what can I bring? One of my biggest things that I've been engaged with, especially in the pandemic, is I am a very proud, sober human. I have 4 years of sobriety, and I work with commitments in an
Congratulations.
AA room. Because of Zoom, we were able to reach out more to people who wouldn't normally feel comfortable going to a meeting in person, who would be afraid to leave the houses themselves. We have one of the highest numbers of substance and alcohol abuse and so few resources. I want to be able to take that and make it more than just one token meeting, because it's hard to find the meetings. I got one that I go to, and I live in California, and there needs to be more outreach, and it needs to go beyond that. Recently, a close friend of mine just finally came out to me as non-binary, and he came from a small town where there was no resources for that. And through Zoom, we can provide safe spaces. I want to be able to provide a safe space for younger people in smaller towns that are a little more close-minded or don't have the same kind of resources that, Hollywood girl over here was able to access when she was younger, and give them a place they can go. They don't even have to be on camera if they're afraid. They just want to be heard. Give them a place to talk. Give them people like me, people like Iris, people like all of us. We could all sit in that Zoom room and say, hey, you from Mount Pleasant, Iowa, you don't know what to do. Talk to us. We're here. We love you. We don't know you, but we love you. You're part of us. I want to be able to do that. And I want to take the work that I've done with the National Lawyers Guild and the ACLU over the last few years, and I want to really turn all my work that I do in law towards stronger advocacy. This kind of relit a fire under my behind. And I think that we can do that. We can bring that advocacy to smaller towns. You don't hear about most of the things that happen in, little tiny Iowa or little tiny Ohio. We see it every day. ACLU dockets see it every day. And just having a safe space, Zoom has created this new amazing way to reach out to people. And I've become very good at it since I've been working from home in quarantine. But I would like to create more safe spaces for substance abuse and alcohol counseling, more safe space for the younger generations to have the experience we have in the older generation. Fight doesn't end just because we have it a little easier. And I would like to be able to give people who they are, when they are, why they are, in a clear mind, and not feel like they have to hide it just because of where they live. And I don't want them to hurt the way I hurt when I was younger, that I had to find my comfort in the bottom of a bottle. Doesn't have to be that way. I'd like to make that better.
Wow, very powerful. Do not have to find yourself in the bottom of a bottle. That should go on a t-shirt. Like, that is so powerful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that very personal part of your life. Thank you. I'm going to put you back now. And I'm going to bring the beautiful contestant number 5, Stacy Lynn. Hi, Stacy. The question is, why should you represent the first Royal Highness Pinup contest?
Hi, Shell. You know what? This is an interesting question. I had to do some thinking about it. So I've been a fan of pinup and vintage styles, women's vintage styles, since my very first Viva, like 21 years ago. And I was always a spectator. Always thought the women were beautiful, and I wondered where they got their clothing from. And it was a difficult path because I wasn't out at the time. I hadn't accepted who I was. I didn't know what was wrong. Until about 4 or 5 years ago, and I figured out somewhat who I am and where I fit in the world. And it was about the same time that I was accepted into the pinup community. I had friended some pinups and stuff like that, and we had chatted, and I had a ton of great advice, and I was invited to join some pinup groups, and I did. It was amazing. And I think I would like to represent the contest because I'd like to give back and let people know what pinup has to offer. One constant for me is that I've always been accepted and supported, and it's helped me feel very valid, and I comfortable in my own skin. What I didn't know about Pinup is that Pinup is an incredibly safe place. It doesn't matter on your orientation or your gender. And I didn't know that. And I wish I'd known earlier. And I think as a representative, I'd like to spread that message about Pinup and let people see how inclusive it is and how accepting and supportive. Those are all things that's happened for me. And I'd love to be able to pass that message out and let people know that maybe you have a preconceived notion of what Pinup is about and what it's for. Help to explain it and show the world that we're leaders in accepting and including people. To me, that would be a way of paying back to the Pinup community and all those that have felt.
Oh, wow. I'm so glad that you've had a positive experience when you did join. And I'm glad that you found a safe place within it.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that all of the contestants today have had to had this similar journey where they had to penetrate inside of a community that you weren't sure if it was going to be accepting or not, and taking that first step and taking that chance. So thank you for all of you guys giving the community that shot. So with that being said, those are the top 4 contestants. And now they're going to have to deliberate with this one to come back with our top 3 contestants. This is when we're going to break for an intermission, and I'm going to present you guys with the burlesque entertainment. So get your dollars ready. I do have to do a disclaimer. This is not family friendly. So if you have any young-ins in the room, please cover their eyes and plug their ears, because this is not going to be a 3:00 p.m. show. This is going to be a 9:00 p.m. show. So please be prepared for that. I'll give you guys some moments to get the little ones out the room if you have to. But I will get that started just for you in a moment. Thank you once again.
Can't you see I'm calling? Guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. I'm flying. There's no escape. I can't wait. I need a hit. Baby, get me in. It's dangerous. I'm flying. Tonight, can't come down. Losing my head.
things to be the most is when it comes to life. To be this man's wife, you got to be well educated on the subject of fights. I mean the prevention of, in other words, it's REM, meaning of this thing called love. Are you up on this? If so, then you can get up off a hug and a kiss. Come here, baby. Yeah. You sexy motherfucker. Come here, baby. Yeah. You sexy motherfucker. We need to talk about things. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you eat. I might cook for you. See, it really don't matter, cause it's all about me and you. Ain't no one else around. I'm even with the blindfold, gagged and bound. I don't mind. See, this ain't about sex. It's all about love, being in charge of this life and the next. Why all the cosmic talk? I just want you smarter than I'll ever be when we take that walk. Come here, baby. Yeah. You sexy motherfucker. Come here, baby. Yeah. You sexy motherfucker. Horn, stand up, please. I like it, I like it. You seem perplexed that I haven't taken you yet. Can't you see I'm harder than a man could get? I got wet dreams coming out of my ears. I get hard if the wind blows, you get alone near me. But I can take it, cause I want the whole nine. This ain't about the body, it's about the mind. Come here, baby. You sexy motherfucker. Come here, baby. Yeah. You sexy motherfucker. Tommy Barbarella in the house. Scrap the dishes. Come here, Tommy. Yeah. Sexy, 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 sexy. Levi, fly. Oh man, it's I like it.
Sexy motherfucker shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass. Sexy motherfucker shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass. Guard your folks and judge your daughter. The sexy motherfucker's so fine, I'll drink up bathwater. A long legged, 5'8", packing an ass as tight as a grape. I want to spit my give it. I said to myself, just cuz. Cause I'm usually quite the calm one. You never found me out prowling, boy, I'm just having fun. But I had to change my state of mind for this behind. I bet if you throw that ass in the air, it'll turn into sunshine. Sexy motherfucker shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass. Sexy motherfucker shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass. Sexy motherfucker shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass. Sexy motherfucker shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass.
You sexy motherfucker.
Sexy
Showed up. Shawty. What it do? Yeah. No. Pimpin'. Oh boy. What y'all know about a supermodel? Fresh out of Elle magazine. Buy her own bottles. Look, pimp juice, I keep it one. Bad than a mother. Oh, nah. You're a bad girl. Baby, if you're a bad girl. Players, when you see me, act like you know me. I keep $1 worth of dimes. You know pimpin' ain't easy. For all my chicks in the club, who knows how to cut a rug? If you're a bad girl, get at me, bad girl. Work me, baby, shaking it the way I like. I'm ready to be bad. I need a bad girl. Say yeah, get at me, bad girl. What sexy ladies coming on with me tonight? I'm ready to be bad. I need a bad girl. Bad, baby, get at me, bad girl. Now I've seen a lot of bras, you know, all on one accord. Everyone look the same, but take a look at my dame. My dame. Yo, she take that hypnotic Alizé. There ain't much more I can say, but I need a bad girl. Bad girl. Yeah. If you're a bad girl. Got 1 thou on the bar now. Chick need a drink on the floor now. Look at them bad girls moving it, making faces while they doing it. I wanna take one to the restroom. So close, I'm smelling like your perfume. If you're a bad girl, get at me, bad girl. Work me, baby, shaking it the way I like. I'm ready to be bad. I need a bad girl. Say yeah, get at me, bad girl. What sexy ladies coming on with me tonight? I'm ready to be bad. I need a bad girl. Bad, baby, get at me, bad girl. Mama, give me one of them. Give me one of them. Give me one of them. One of them. Give me one of them. Give me one of them. Get at me, bad girl. Mama, give me one of them. 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 Maybe 2 or 3. That's cool with me, shawty. Get in the bad girl. If you wanna party, I got what you looking for. Come see me in the VIP. It's very necessary to be that kind of girl for me. If you are, then baby girl, let's leave. Work me, baby. Boogie, baby. Shaking it the way I like. Ooh, shake it, baby. I need a bad girl. Say yeah, get at me, bad girl. What sexy ladies coming on with me tonight? I'm ready to be bad. I need a bad girl. Bad, baby, get at me, bad girl. Give me one of them. Get me one of them. Give me one of them. One of them. Give me one of them. Give me one of them. Oh, 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 oh. Get at me, bad girl. Mama, give me one of them. Get me one of them. Give me one of them. Get me one of them. Give me one of them. Oh, 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 oh. Get at me, bad girl. Mama, give me one of them. Around the world, yeah. Get bad, girl. I wanna see you. If you hear me, get at me, bad girl. Around the world, yeah. Stay bad, girl. I wanna see you. You hear me, get at me, bad girl.
La 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 la
Take a step into the night with this boy wonder. From the deepest, darkest corners of your mind, come to your current, Mr. OMC. Here to pull your mind into oblivion and capture you within the spider web of his cat's cradle. Give in to your desires and ambitions as we welcome to the stage the boyless wonder, Tokyo Nights!
You're the best man I'll ever know. There's no way I can ever go. No, no, there's no way. No, 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 no way. I'm living without you. I'm not living without you. I don't wanna be free. I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm you. I'm you. You're gonna love me.
right, welcome back, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the burlesque entertainment. I hope that you guys got to see some awesome performers. They're all, like I said, donated their time to the show. So thank you, thank you, thank you once again to everyone that did perform. Christina Jackson, thank you also for being a judge and for performing. You did amazing. Thank you to all the other burlesque dancers. You did amazing as well. And like I said, if you liked anybody and they spoke to you, please tip them. They always love a good tip. So we're going to get back to the competition now. And we had plenty of time for everybody to get their scores in. So we're all ready. So yay. Before I do announce the winners, the judges all have something to say on behalf of judging for this contest, because it's very seldom that you get to actually speak to your judges or have the judges get to give you direct feedback. And because of how much is going on in the chat group, I wanted to see if anybody wanted to say something, and they all said that they would love to say something. So I'm going to bring up first, if Casey Cupcake doesn't mind taking the stage, I would love to have you say your few words. I'll give you the spotlight.
When do I ever mind saying something? that is my thing, that I'm like, oh, you want me to speak? Absolutely, get out of my way.
I love it.
So I know that I spoke earlier about how important it was for me to be involved today, but I was not ready for everyone's stories. I'm very honored to be here, but I really wanted to say something about, I've judged many, I don't even know how many at this point, pinup competitions, but today was by far the hardest. How do you score someone's personal coming out and pride story? How do you give a number to that? I mean, in our chat, that's literally what I said. How do you score that? How do I score someone's story about, you know, about like when Iris specifically said that the quote that's sticking in my head today was when she says, you know, pride brought me here. And that's when I started crying for the first time today. I did put on waterproof eye makeup today because she been new, but yeah, today was really special. I'm thankful for everyone for including me and letting me be here and letting me go on this journey with all of you. But I wanted to say, as a judge, this is the hardest competition I've ever judged, but I'm very thankful and blessed that I was here. But thank you all for sharing your stories. And when we ask these questions at pageants, you know, it's very canned answers. People give what they think you want to hear. And it's really beautiful and wonderful that everyone was just genuine and from the heart today. And I wanted to thank you, and I know everyone else did too. So thank you for sharing your personals with us today.
Thank you so much. And thank you for judging for us today too, because I know it was hard. Thank you. And thank you for sharing your story too in the beginning. I did not know, I learned a little bit more about you today too. So thank you for sharing your story.
Oh yeah, I'm just a big old queer lady.
I love it. All right, let's bring on, we'll do all the ladies first. Let's see here. Christine Jackson, are you going to be talking? Because I don't know if I saw you in the chat saying you wanted to say something. Okay, cool. And I'll bring you up next.
Okay.
All right. All right, perfect. All right, honey bun, do you have the floor?
Hi, well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for letting me be a part of this event. Shell, it was absolutely amazing to see you again, even though it's virtually. Also to the judges and everybody that was behind the scenes that put this all together. Thank you for welcoming me to be a part of this. I have to say that this was my Sarah's same sentiments that this was very, very difficult. I've been a part of plenty of pageants, whether competing, running, judging, backup dancing, choreographing, all of that. This by far, I will say, has just been so difficult because of how personal Everyone shared their own natural growth and journey with us. And I will say that was my favorite part, was just to get to see and hear and learn about each and every contestant and their journey and what brought them to this point. It was absolutely so beautiful to see that vulnerability, that honesty, that truthfulness, and seeing them own who they are, be who they are, and making the world eat it up.
I love it.
Always make sure, regardless of the outcome today, all of you contestants were absolutely beautiful and amazing and fabulous. Such a delight, so lovely, so humbling to just see the true you and watching you live the true you. So I just have to say, I love all of you guys, and always remember, it is all about love. And thank you so, so much for blessing all of us with the gifts of you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Yes, thank you, thank you. And then last but not least, Miss Boom Boom Betty.
Gosh. You know, there's so many emotions that we all as judges had today. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts to every single one of the contestants today for putting your lives out there, for putting your journey out there for us, letting us into your lives. I've been in the background for so many pageants and done pageants, and seriously, when we say this was the hardest to judge, we're not kidding. It was emotional. It was a roller coaster. You all let us into your lives and gave us your hearts and your time and your beauty. And we all really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing your lives with us today, your journeys with us, because you've made us amazing, more amazing people than we were before, because now we've got you within our fold of Pinup community, and we absolutely adore every single one of you. Thank you so much for everything today, you guys.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your words. Thank you to all the judges again for stepping out. And this was one of those kind of things where it could have went south, it could have went left, and we could have had a lot of backlash. There could have been a lot of negativity. There could have been a lot of just bigotry and nasty words being said. And it has turned into something that was the most positive experience I've had. I have had no negative things sent to me personally. And speaking to the other people involved, I feel like they have all said that nothing but positivity has come from it. So congratulations to you guys for making this a positive experience. I've been to some pinup contests where it wasn't always so positive, and people were catty, people were negative, people were shaming other people, making them feel bad about themselves, not coming together, not working, being bitter Bettys because they didn't win or because they didn't place. And this is not the experience that I'm having with this at all. So thank you. Thank you for showing us all what a true pinup contest can be like. And all the judges in the background were helping each other. They all came together. Like, we got it worked out. Like, it was like, team makes the dream work. Like, that's all I can say. Teamwork makes the dream work. So, so thank you. Thank you guys for showing us. You guys have shown us the epitome of what pinup is. And it's beautiful. So, so let's get into the announcements. So, like I said, there was a whopping 5 of you guys. And I think that this was how God intended it to be, because once again, I'm known for my surprise crowns. And I had a total of 5 crowns. And guess how many contestants were left? 5 contestants. Well, how did that just not work out perfectly in the world of perfectness, right? So we're going to announce one of my favorite crowns first, because this one is not just voted by the judges nor the contestants. It's an all-around vote of people's overall integrity, how much they help the community, how much they help each other, how much they love on each other, give each other encouragement, always being positive, never being negative. And that is my Pearls of Wisdom title. I love it. I put you guys in groups to talk to each other for a reason. It's not just because it just sounds good. It's because I want to see how you interact when you don't think no one's watching. But I'm always watching. Okay, that sounded creepy, but I am. So basically, I want to crown the first mystery title of today, and that is the Pearl of Wisdom. And like I said, this is going to someone who, even when you don't think that you were giving pearls, you were. Even when you don't think you were being encouraging, you were. Even when you thought no one was probably looking, we were looking. And that is going to go to, let's see here, if I can do this right. Congratulations to Luminous Tiffany for winning Miss Pearls of Wisdom today. Congratulations, baby doll.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. I'm so to be in this, and I want to thank all the other contestants for being in this. Is so important to every one of us. We're the first ones ever to compete in this, and it's such an honor. It's such an honor to be here, and I want to thank everybody that made this possible for all of us.
Now, this is your crown. It is laced in rhinestones, swans, and pearls. Everyone that wins my Pearls of Wisdom gets a pearl crown. So this one is yours. And I want to say one thing I noticed about you, Tiffany. I never met you until you entered the contest. And right off the bat, you were so excited. You personally even took the time to reach out to Joe McKay once I told you that she would be helping you guys. You personally took the time to reach out and say thank you to her personally, because you were so honored and respectful of the fact that she was going to do this. That made a big impression, because you don't have to do that. The fact that you took the time to do it is what spoke to me. Anytime we were talking about people being nervous or whatever, what am I going to wear? You, being new, stepped up and you gave encouraging words. You try to be helpful with outfits. You're excited about even purchasing your first outfit. You sent me a screenshot as soon as you got it in the mail. Like, you were just so overly excited that it made me excited again. And I've done these pageants and you made me feel like I wanted to do one right now. So it just is that spirit is what got you this award. That humbleness that you have is what got you this award. You did not get called for top 4. You did not bow out. You did not leave the stage. You did not cry. You did not mope. You kept the face. You kept your video on the whole time. You kept the smile the whole entire time. You kept your poise the whole entire time. And I was so grateful that you did, because I was like, I know she doesn't know. I know she doesn't know, but she's doing it. So I'm so glad that you kept your poise. I'm so glad that you kept humble. And I am so honored to present you with this. So congratulations.
Out of my heart.
You're so very welcome, love.
Everybody here. This has been one of the best times of my life. I got disabled a couple years ago, and I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me. But I've had a lot of trouble trying to learn to live with my disabilities, and I gave up my driver's license because I had seizures, and I didn't want to take a chance on hurting somebody after I spent 23 years of service on the road. I didn't want to hurt anybody, so I thought I did the right thing. I had people say you didn't have to do that, but
that shows how good of a person you are. You're always thinking about others, and that's why you are getting this award today. So thank you so much, Tiffany. We will see each other in the future. Please, now that you popped your cherry, please come and do another pageant. It does not have to be transgender. It can be anything you want, beautiful, because you deserve to be here. Okay?
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right.
Because trans women are women.
Yep.
And you deserve to be in all spaces.
Correct. Thank you. All right. Next, we're going to go straight into our top 4. So I'm going to bring our top 4 women back on stage. So we're going to bring in Stacey. We're going to bring in Peppa. Bring in Donna. And of course, where's my beautiful Iris? I got to find you. You were hiding. Hold on. Where are you at? Where are you? There you go. All right. Hello. All right. So this is how this is going to work. I'm going to start with the second runner-up, which because I took it took me a while to figure out first, second, and third. So second runner-up is technically third place. First runner-up is technically second place, and then of course you have your first. So we're going to start with second runner-up. Second runner-up is going to be contestant number. Let's get your crown ready. This is your beautiful crown. You like the iridescent stones? They sparkle so lovely. That is going to be contestant number 5, Stacey Lynn Starfire. Congratulations. You guys can unmute yourself. I want to hear the applause. Go ahead, unmute. This is the time that you guys can talk. Whoop, whoop.
Congratulations, Stacey.
Congratulations, Stacey. You did amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. I will allow for you to say some words. So go ahead and say your thank yous.
I would just like to say that thanks for everyone who entered and finished it, and I met some amazing women and women I knew that were already amazing, proved it beyond a doubt, and I was incredibly happy to be included, and thank you so much. I'm very happy.
Okay. Congratulations, Love Bug. I'm going to take you off the screen now. I'm going to bring on, now we up to the top 3 left here. And first runner-up, second place, goes to the beautiful contestant number, wait. Your crown. Contestant number 3, Donna LaDonna. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I
Thank
feel
you.
like this one could be like my, I think I can wear it on my shoulder maybe. I can get away with this, right? Looks good. Good.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so, right? So you are the winner of this beautiful crown.
Thank you.
It is, if you can see how big my head is in comparison, I just want you to check that out. I mean, I do have a big head too, I've been told. So I just want you to see the comparison, because usually you can't tell until you compare it to something. Okay. And if you want to say a few words, Donna.
Yes, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to all the amazing ladies and what I've learned from all of you. And it's just been an amazing part of my personal journey. And I'm so blessed to be in this particular contest. Like you said, everyone's a winner regardless of our place. And so I look forward to, continued relationships with you all. And congratulations to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. You did a wonderful job. Once again, congratulations on your post-operative procedures. I'm glad that you made it through okay, that you're healthy, you're safe. I'm so happy. You had me nervous when you had to go back for the revisement. So I'm so glad that everything worked out great.
Yeah, just know that that's a common thing according to my surgeon. So.
Perfect. So I'm glad that you put that out there so other people are not afraid to still do this journey, that you did great. So thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna put you in the back. All right, now before I announce the winner of Miss Royal Highness. So once again, the judges had a very hard time. Things came down to points, and I mean points. So once again, I had a crown picked out for the pearls of wisdom, and I also had a crown picked out for the person who is the most passionate. Someone who, when they speak with poise. Someone, when they speak, they drive people to feel the passion that they feel when they speak. It's very hard to be someone who is a passionate motivator speaker. There's only been a few great ones in the world, and one of them being Martin Luther King, if everybody knows who that man is. So when this person spoke, it brought me to tears. I don't cry a lot. I do, I lie, I cry all the time, but I try not to cry a lot. And this person actually made me shed the first few tears that I had to like get off my face. So I'm not gonna say your name, but when I announced the winner, I wanted to tell you the reason why this person got this award first, so that you would know where your title was as soon as I read it too. Your crown is this iridescent one too. It's a baby version of the other crowns. And with that being said, the person who takes this title home for most passionate, please keep spreading your word. Please keep going for what you said that you were going to do if you were crowned Miss Royal Highness, because you have really great ideas. And I feel like you're one of the people that can actually make mountains move. Okay? That is so important for you to know. You have the voice to make mountains move. Okay? So please continue what you say, what you said, make it happen. Put it in the universe and reap what you sow. Okay? All right. With that being said, here is the crown for first place. Now, once again, I want you to compare it to my head. Okay? Okay. My head is as big as my bun. I think it reaches to my bun. Yeah, it does. It's about to my bun.
Yep.
Just saying. Okay? Hope you guys have some good back muscles because it's not light. Okay. Okay. This year's 2021, your Royal Highness goes to contestant number 1, Iris in Bloom. Yes! Congratulations, my love.
Iris, you deserve it.
I don't know if you're going to get this crown, Iris. I've kind of become a little bit in love with it. You said that you were my friend, right? Congratulations, baby. I'm gonna put you in the back because I want Pepper to be able to speak for her most passionate award first, and then I will bring you back on the stage to do yours, okay? So Pepper, please, you have the spotlight on you, my love. Please let everyone understand how passionate you are, because when you were talking about not letting people who are young and go through what you went through, and that you want to make the safe environment, like that really spoke to me. I don't know about the judges, because like I said, I wasn't in that room, but for me, that touched my heart. And like I said, there's only a few great motivational speakers that I can speak on, and one of them being the great Martin Luther King. And when you were talking, I felt like there should have been a chorus in the background, bringing you in with instrumentals. Like I felt it all, honey. I felt it from the beginning to the end. So what would you like to say?
Well, first off, nobody deserves this more than Iris does. Iris, I have watched you from step 1 to now in one of our communities, and I have been cheering you on, and you are amazing. And I freaking love you until the end of the day. And if anyone gives you crap, I will fly out there and beat the shit out of them. Promise. I really want to thank my husband, because he was very instrumental in helping me accept myself and in helping me find a sober way to do that. I really want to thank my parents for taking me to that first gay pride, you know, giving me the tools I needed to find my way to myself. I really want to thank every single person who gave me an opportunity to model, you know, from clothing to, you know, retro lovely to whatever. You know, there are people in this room who are very essential in that journey to me being where I am right now in the pinup community. You know who you are, looking right at you. You really mean the world to me, Casey. You did a lot for me. You're always an inspiration. And really all I want to say is I'm just glad anyone can take anything from what I have to say, because I'm just speaking my truth and I'm just speaking my life. And if that helps one person get a little closer to having a good life for themselves, you know what? Fuck yeah.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. And once again, why you won Miss Motivation, most passionate, because anybody that can drop a couple of F-bombs in their thank you speech, it's go good with me. I love you. I mean, a good F-bomb every once in a while is what I need to hear in my life. It makes you live longer. I'm just saying it's a proven fact. Curse your hearts out because you live longer. So do it. So thank you once again. You're a beautiful soul. It's been nice to meet you. I had not met you before this time. So thank you so much when you graced my inbox and you were like, hey, you still having acceptance of people. I was like, we sure are. Come on in. So thank you so much for taking that chance. And I would like, of course, and I hope you come back. And last, I would like to hear from this year's 2021 your Royal Highness. I got to get out of the term of saying miss all the time. It's so hard. But to your Royal Highness, it goes to Miss Iris Bloom. I'm bringing you back on the stage. And here you go, honey bunch.
Thanks, Michelle. And thanks, everyone. Thanks to the judges and the sponsors. And I want to, before saying anything else, thank everybody, all the contestants, for being willing to participate in that moment of acknowledgement for Transgender Day of Remembrance. You know, it gets called Transgender Day of Remembrance, but that list of 45 people included non-binary people. It included other gender non-conforming people. And I thought that was really important for us to do. And so thank you all for being a part of it and for making it happen. And thanks for this, everyone who's watching, everyone who participated, it's all been said, right? The honesty, the beauty, the passion that everybody brought was staggering and so inspiring. And I think we all walked away today feeling like part of something, if we didn't already. And if we did, then even more so, right? So I'm thrilled, I'm humbled. Thank you so much. This means a lot to me. My journey started with this. There's a story, but the day that I decided to go buy that was the day I decided that the stuff I cared about and the stuff that felt feminine and attractive and good to me was okay. And I guess I've always wanted to be a princess. Some of you know that. And I get to do that now. So thank you. Thanks.
Oh, you're so very welcome. I can pretty much say I can speak for everybody involved in the contest. Everybody made an impact on everybody. All your stories were amazing. Thank you for letting us in on your lives. Thank you for sharing something that was personal. Thank you for sharing anything that might have been hard in the past and now you feel good to share it now. This will come back next year and you'll be back, Iris, to crown next year's Royal Highness. And all my judges, thank you so much. There's an open invitation to this table every year if you want to come back. Because now you guys know how hard it is. So I don't want to put this on anybody else. Anybody else have to go through what y'all went through, because this was hard. So since you guys are already done it, I mean, I'm just saying. But I'm just just saying. But thank you. This will conclude our contest for today on November 20th, 2021. You have a new court of beautiful and amazing human beings. And thank you all for joining us today. And I hope to see you next year.
Thank you, Michelle.
Bye. Love you guys.
Congratulations, winners. You guys all
Yes,
deserve it.
congratulations.
Congratulations, ladies. I love participating in this.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you.
If anybody has anything that they want to say in the audience that's been sitting quiet and you want to say anything to our contestants, the show's over now. So you guys can say whatever you want. You can say your thank yous. You can say your I love yous, all of that.
You ladies are all amazing. Thank you for sharing your stories and being vulnerable and just sending good messages for all of us out here watching. We're just proud and you guys are amazing. So thank you for today.
Thank you, Kimberly, for saying those great words.
I just have to say, I'm not crying, you're crying. So, you know,
Oh, I'm definitely crying.
y'all,
That's
oh
fine.
my God.
Oh, boom,
Thank
boom.
you for letting me participate in this. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Sorry about running around like a chicken without a head trying to get them points. And I'm like, it's all coming individually. Oh my God. But it was so much fun. And to participate in something like this, to be the first one ever and be the backstage mistress and meet all these wonderful people from everywhere and hear their stories and watching them come out and speak their truth was more rewarding than I've had in a long time.
We
It
love
was
you,
very
Dawn.
rewarding.
Thanks, Don.
I love you guys more. I want to do it again. Please let me do it again because I love it. There's so much. I love being inspirational and trying to talk to people and encourage them to speak their truth and live their life and be who they are.
Thank you, Don. You did
You're
amazing.
welcome.
I kind of threw
Thank
this
you.
on you. Yeah, I kind of threw this at you at the last minute. So thank you,
It's
Don.
okay.
Thank
It's
you.
okay. It's okay. And thank you to Casey because I'm like, and Jen, I'm like, oh my God, I can't count these points. I can't count these points. I don't have a spreadsheet. It was next time I need a spreadsheet.
I brought the cupcakes. Jen brought the boom. So we brought the boom cakes.
There you
and,
go.
we
And I
made
bought
it
the ginger
happen,
too.
you know?
And you all brought the ginger. You all bought the ginger.
You know, it's a
Every last
ginger-free
one of
party.
all my backstage handlers were all redheads.
Oh, and all three judges.
Yes,
So
all of you
Christina
guys.
brought her ginger, you
Yes.
know, and like, well, I
'Cause
mean,
we
and
bring
then
the
she danced
spice,
her little
that's
blonde
why.
ass off too. So I mean, we had all kinds of just ginger magical happening. Next
Ginger
time you need
magic.
to understand the assignment and bring some ginger hair, Michelle.
There you go.
Thank you.
I know. I
Tim?
didn't get it. Next year. I'm on it. I'm on
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
I'm
gotta
gonna be
see that.
redhead. You guys are gonna be like having to put me out with a hose. So I'm gonna be so fiery. You're
I'm
not
gonna
even gonna
send
know
you
what
pictures.
to do.
We're
Not
gonna
even know
Ginger
what to
it
do.
up, girl. Ginger it up.
I'm gonna ginger it up. Like I might even take it to the eyebrows. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh, she
Ladies,
got
ladies, I have to run. I have a photo shoot, but thank you for everything.
Of
You
course,
all
Donald
amazing.
Donna,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Amazing.
Do great at your
Congratulations,
photo
Donna.
shoot.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Bye, Jonna.
Congratulations.
Love you all.
Love
you.
you.
Love
Love
you.
you.
So, but yeah, thank you guys again. I'm gonna, people are logging off. I think it was successful. We had some technical difficulties, but I think we all kept our cool heads
Mm-hmm.
and we walked through it. So
That's
thanks.
right.
And like I was honest, like if you guys want to judge again next year, if you guys want to anybody that did not place in the first place, so that's only Iris, you're the only one that can't participate next year, but you will participate in your own way because I would love to include you into the judging round so that you can be part of the backstage and help these beautiful ladies get through what they had to go through with you.
We need
she
extra
wants-
fingers.
Great.
Iris, come on, bring your fingers next year. We need them.
She wants to earn another crown.
There you
You
go.
know. She can put one on each shoulder.
Oh my gosh, this thing is massive.
Do you like it?
I
Holy
love it.
It's
Need a
gorgeous.
wheelbarrow.
Well, Iris, you know I bought those. So
It comes with its own
Yeah.
zip code, right?
Right.
I mean, I could go bigger. That's not as big as they go, girls.
Oh my God.
Folks,
I am
they
just-
come bigger. They come bigger than
Like-
that. I went a little conservative. I wanted to go bigger, but I thought I didn't want to scare y'all the first time. Because let me tell you, Casey Cupcake knows that more is more, honey.
I know that.
Yes, I know you do, Iris.
I was like, when I opened the package, I was like, what in the hell? The first thing I did was I was like, okay, I had some late night drunk Amazon buying, and I don't remember purchasing this before.
Now I warned you. I like a big crown. I warned you.
Oh my goodness! Like I was like, did I buy this? I was like, oh no.
I just like the late night Amazon drunk buy. I'm like, really?
Yes,
You need to,
I've
like,
done
you didn't
that
know.
before. That's why I was like, did I accidentally buy myself a gigantic crown?
For me, it's ambient buying. Like you get a Barbie styling head all of a sudden, and you be like, what? And then be like, oh sis, I can style her up. Wait, I got you, boo. You know.
I think we've all had that late night purchase. So
Oh,
when
yeah.
I opened this, I was so sad when I saw that it was not an Amazon purchase.
She real
Well, now you know
sparkly.
what you need.
Right.
But I immediately told Casey, I was like, I don't know who your designer is, but she did amazing. Like,
Yeah, she does really nice for me, and she does everything's custom. So
yes. So no one else has this crown.
Mm-mm. That's
No.
Special. You're the only one
Gorgeous.
that's gonna have that crown, Iris.
Yes.
It is gorgeous. Thank you.
And you guys will have sashes. So I'm waiting for that. That's being overnight shipped to me. So there will be a sash for the top 3, and then for Miss Pearls of Wisdom. So wear them with pride. If people ask you one day, where did you get this massive goddamn crown from? I want you to be like, let me tell you a story and tell them exactly how you earned this. And I think it's appropriate for you to go grocery shopping in it now.
I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
There is
might happen.
no judging. Go shopping with these
Yeah.
things on, please, because yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
I
be real
do.
disappointed if I don't see you run in that at least once, because you know
Yes.
Iris is a runner.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, so if I don't see a tutu and crown runner, I'm gonna be real sad.
I like to run too. We should do like the glow run, and you just wear this, and we will.
So
So
the
February-
if I had known we
February
were going to
is the
do glow
princess
runs in it,
run
I
in
could have
Florida.
had them put lights on the crown. Next time you let me know, and I'll have them light that bitch up. Okay.
And
I
Tiffany,
said, like I said, more is more, babies.
Yes.
More is
Absolutely.
more.
Yes. it's
Tiffany, I am
gorgeous.
so
Unfortunately,
proud to be
I
sharing.
do have to run, my beautiful
Pearl.
angel. I
Okay,
love you
thank
all.
you, Casey.
Love
I
you,
love you. I
Casey.
love you.
Thanks, Casey.
Mwah.
Love you, girl.
Okay.
And
Bye.
Tiffany, I cannot be more than happy to share Miss Pearls of Wisdom with you. I was the first winner of Miss Pearls of Wisdom, and it just illuminates my heart to know that I share the same title with you. So I just am so happy that you won that title.
Yes.
Thank
And this crown was sponsored by, I don't know if you know her. Her name is Dawn. I'm going to say her last name wrong, so I don't want to say that, but I will drop her name in the chat with you so that you can personally say thank you, because she is the one that sponsored this beautiful, beautiful swan crystal embellished
gorgeous.
It's
pearl.
stunning.
Isn't it beautiful?
Now I got to shoot for Pearls of Wisdom. I got to shoot for.
I'm not gonna
Pearls of
lie.
Wisdom.
I think I do pretty well with the Pearls of Wisdom crowns. I think the
Oh,
Pearls
yeah.
of Wisdom crowns are pretty.
Because I thought like my my candy apple of the month was beautiful, but now I need me a Pearls of Wisdom crown.
Yes, they're beautiful.
Yeah. I'm just a girl from Appalachia that won a beautiful crown. I'm so thankful.
So
That's so
thankful.
cool.
So
Hashtag girl from Appalachia.
Yes, and this is third place. Beautiful, beautiful. Once again, and then this isn't too shabby either. Second place was just as
Oh yeah.
This is
We gotta get Casey to help with crowns all the time.
I know. That's why
You
when
got
I
some good
opened this
ones.
box, I was like, "Where have you been hiding, Casey? And why haven't I known about your crown?"
I like
need
her
this
a
in
lot.
my
I
life.
really do. I like her a lot.
Yes,
I
she's
like
a
all of
beautiful
you, but
human
I like
being.
her a lot.
She's Miss Viva, first runner up. So,
Oh, I
Wow.
believe it. I believe it.
so, but yeah. So thank you guys, Christina Jackson. I love you. Did you guys like the burlesque show in between?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yes.
And oh my God, the Dream Girls thing for like so appropriate. Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Like,
Jennifer Hudson.
thinking of, I was like,
So much
what do
fun,
we want to
so much
say to
fun.
people? Oh yeah, you're gonna love us. Fuck what you heard.
Exactly.
You're gonna love every bit of us. So I thought I'll bring a little
Yes.
Dream Girls in there.
All of it was a blast,
It was
honey. You were
great. Thanks.
fabulous.
It was fantastic.
You did
It really
great.
was.
And I had to
Yep.
change my outfit once at least to keep up with Iris. So, God, girl, you were just pulling us out.
You know,
It was like a quick change.
the quick change thing is entirely on you, Michelle. Because I didn't even know that was a thing. I did my first contest. I had one dress the whole time, which is fine. But then, like, Michelle's coming up with another dress every time. I'm like, oh, damn, that's the way they do it.
But
So
your pink
And then when you
wig
came
was
out in the
everything.
yellow and the light was just hitting you, it was like,
The pink wig, the you know, the Frenchy wig was
Yep.
everything. Because I love her character.
I
loved
love
pink
her.
wig. Oh,
Yes. Yes. I was like, when as soon as you changed, I was like, ooh, somebody was watching that motor block.
her. Beauty school dropout playing in the background. I loved it.
Love
right.
it. Well, you deserve it. Everybody deserves their title. Everybody deserves everything that they got
Yes.
today. And like I said, God works in mysterious ways because I initially wanted 5 crowns, 5 different titles. And literally, out of 10 contestants, we dwindled down to 5 contestants left.
Yeah.
So I don't know about y'all, but I believe in God's intervention.
Oh, I do
And
too. I do. It's
Absolutely.
always a way. There's
yeah.
always a way.
So I think that it was meant to be. It was just completely meant to be. So thank you so much. I'm gonna get out of here. I did record the whole show, so I will
Hey.
be converting this into a file, and I will be uploading it to YouTube. So anybody that wants to share with their friends, loved ones, and all that good stuff, it will be available on my YouTube channel for viewing.
Perfect.
Okay.
Really good.
Yes, and please, everybody
Perfect.
stay in touch with me. Friend me if we're not friends. You know,
Absolutely.
I love making
Yep.
new girlfriends. Everybody.
Yeah, 'cause I gotta get out all
really
this
enjoyed
makeup.
Michelle, please let me be backstage mom again because I enjoyed this thoroughly.
Let me tell you, Christina, I gotta hit the road. I gotta pack up my luggage. I got a show in Milwaukee that I gotta do at 9:30
Oh.
tonight.
Oh,
So-
sister, have
Be
fun.
careful.
all right. So, Shell,
Have
real
fun. Good
quick,
luck.
next year we need Kleenex to sponsor and also Maybelline with the,
Hey, I got y'all. I
yeah,
got y'all.
'cause- yeah.
I'm going to get on that. I'm going to get Kleenex and waterproof mascara. I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost had a Tammy Faye moment today. So, you know, we just need to.
Oh.
All right, you guys.
Right.
Love you to pieces.
Have a good day, everyone.
Everybody have a good rest of your weekend.
Safe travels. Be careful. Love you all.
I
Keep in
will.
touch. All right. Bye.
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 Bye, babies.